Hello, what's up, fellow boxing brothers and lovers? Alright, let's go to this upcoming weekend. We got two fights I will be talking about next Saturday. The first one is in, I believe, Barclays Center, New York. So this is a fight for the WBC Super Lightweight or Light Welterweight Championship between the holder or champion Subriel Matias and the unbeaten English contender Dalton Smith. Yeah, so Smith has had quite a run lately, and he has defeated several pretty solid contenders and fringe contenders. And Matias, he recaptured, or actually no, he held the IBF title before, I believe. While Dalton Smith, as the WBC silver champion, became a mandatory opponent or challenger for Subriel, and so here we got it. Subriel, he won the WBC title earlier. He held the IBF one but lost to Liam Parrott in 24. He won the WBC title in July against Alberto Puello by majority decision. And he's 33 years old now. So he hasn't, he started quite late as a pro. He's got only 25 fights, while Smith is 28, significantly younger, still in his prime. He's 5'9", also 1 inch taller, and but Subriel has actually a 2.5 inch reach advantage. Both guys are orthodox, and Subriel has 2 losses. He also lost to Petros Ananian in 2020, but he later avenged that loss by a stoppage. And then he lost to Liam Parrott, who was unbeaten at the time, but he isn't anymore. And then he beat another unbeaten fighter, Alberto Puello. So Subriel, we know, this was actually, by the way, the first time he had to go distance to win Subriel Matias, and he's got all his other 22 wins are by stoppage. However, he's not a one-punch kind of guy, he usually breaks his opponents down with really with his flurries, with his very explosive fighting style, very offensive, and aggressive. Dalton Smith, on the other hand, he's got 13 knockouts out of 18 wins, and he definitely can hit. He also knocked out Jose Zepeda previously, and he knocked out Walid Uiza in 1 round, and also stopped Sam Maxwell, who was a solid contender previously. So he's definitely got the punch, to threaten or to be a dangerous opponent for Matias. However, I think Matias is superior in that way. He's got better, athleticism. He's got that, edge, there. So, as for who is the better boxer, technically, that's a little hard to to say. I mean, what we know is that Smith has won on points more times, and maybe can be, said to be a little better. I mean, Matias was outboxed by Parrott, earlier, and so whenever he ran into an opponent he couldn't stop, he lost, and the only, of course, exception was his last fight against Puello. So I think this fight, yeah, a knockout might well happen. There's a big chance, but also there's a good chance that it will go the distance. And both guys are tough, haven't been stopped before. And even though you might argue Matias has fought a little better caliber of opponents, a little higher caliber. And however, I mean, Smith did knock out Zepeda, but that was already past his prime, Zepeda. So yeah, there are some question marks around that. So I don't know. This is pretty. I see this almost as a 50-50 fight. I mean, Matias is from Puerto Rico, so this is like almost like fighting at home for him. While Smith has to go, over the pond, over there to fight, and he's originally from Sheffield, north of England, also, and that was a famous boxing city in England, the boxing capital of England, actually. But yeah, I think it will be a good, hardy, competitive fight. I kind of lean towards Matias slightly more here, but and both guys can win, definitely. It's just that Matias has the style that can offset Smith's, his game. I think so. Yes, he's got the furious, fast-paced style. But yeah, it will be a good fight anyway. So, okay, let's go over to the second fight, which is this one is a lot easier to predict, really, because we got an A-level heavyweight, Kabayel, fighting a complete unknown, who is a very tall guy though, but Damian Knyba. I really never heard of this guy, but he can't be too bad if he got to fight Kabayel. He's 17-0 with 11 knockouts. He's 6'7", wow, 86-inch reach. But you know what they say, these really tall, kind of lean guys, really rangy, once they face these little shorter, stockier, guys that can punch, they just usually they fall apart, And Kabayel has taken apart men of his size before, like Zhang, for instance, or Makhmudov, who is close to 6'7", and Agron Smakichi, who was 6'6", and was stopped in 3 rounds by Kabayel. So this is for the WBC interim title, heavyweight, of course. And the odds are really heavily in Kabayel's favor. I don't see this guy Knyba being able to beat Kabayel. He's a little younger, but not that much, 29. Kabayel has been around now, but it took him a while to get noticed, to get the bigger fights. He's 33, 6'3", tall, and 17, almost 80-inch reach. So yeah, I think Kabayel will do just the same like he did with the last guys that he faced. He will break down and stop Knyba, definitely. But which round, it's hard to tell. I mean, probably like somewhere between the 5th and the 8th, I think, yeah. So that's the one anyway. Yeah. Alright, so those were my, let's say, predictions, my boxing analysis. Alright, I'll see you soon. Enjoy the fights. Bye.